Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh. Give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh.
Hey guys, welcome to Connect Group. I'm so glad that you're here. Just want to remind you of a couple things that are coming up in church life, especially in this Easter week celebration. We've got so much. On Thursday night, right before Easter, we have our Seder meal, which is the Passover meal that we're celebrating, and want to encourage you to get some tickets for that. Come on out to that. And then following that, at 8 o'clock is Passion for the Christ in the Cherry Hill campus in the auditorium. Also, Good Friday service, we're celebrating that together in community at the Bounce Back with Ty Tribbett over at Collingswood Theater, and those tickets are free, but you need to make sure that you get them, and you can check out the city for that. And on that Saturday, we've got the Easter extravaganza, our Easter egg hunt for the community, which is at Cooper River Park from 10 to 12. You're going to want to bring your kids out for that. And then Sunday, Easter Sunday, 3 huge services. This is the time that we ask people, bring people, and bring a lot of people at 9, 11, and 6:30 at our Philly campus. It's going to be great. Get it on the schedule. Don't go somewhere else. Get everybody here. Bring your mom, your dad, your cousins, your sisters, your friends. Bring them all. Get them to church. It's going to be fantastic. Well, we're talking about being fueled for life. It's a series that we've been in and talking about not getting burned out. Keeping our life aflamed and not quitting when things get hard. And at the end of that text in Romans chapter 12, it actually says this. I love this. It's something we've been talking about tonight. But our scriptures tell us that if you see your enemy hungry, go buy that person lunch. Or if he's thirsty, get him a drink. Your generosity will surprise him with goodness. Don't let evil get the best of you. Get the best of evil by doing good. I want to encourage you to be fueled up by living out your purpose. At times, a lot of times in our lives, we can lose passion in our life because we lose sight of our purpose. We can get bored, we get burnt out, we get laissez-faire and complacent about our life simply because we've lost sight of the purpose we had and have in Christ in our life. And that is absolutely to bring about a change in our life, in our family, in our community, in our generation. We've got a huge purpose. So I would encourage you to engage with that purpose and don't lose sight of it. In the text that we want to talk about today in 1 Samuel chapter 14, there's this great moment where Jonathan and his armor bearer are going against this entire garrison of the Philistine army. The Philistine army had come and encamped in Israel, and they were stealing and robbing from that generation, taking from that people, oppressing the people in that area. And Jonathan says, we're going to go do something about it. Now, what's interesting is they only have one sword. So there's one sword against all these people, all these enemies that are against him. And Jonathan says, come on, we're going to go do something. And I love what he says. He says, come on, let's go up to where these uncircumcised Philistines are. Let's take the battle to them, and perhaps God will do something. Because God can save, whether by many or by few, God can do something. I love that thought of perhaps. Perhaps. When's the last time we gave God a perhaps moment? A time where God has the opportunity to do something supernatural, where we just go, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to do something to give God an opportunity to do something great in our lives. A perhaps moment. Are you living in your perhaps moment? Are you engaging in your perhaps moment? I love what his armor bearer says. He says, do everything that's in your heart. I'm with you, heart and soul. Everything I've got, I'm behind you. Just let's go do it. And the Bible says they went out and killed about 20 men in half an acre, and they brought about a defeat to the Philistine army. What an amazing thought process. You know, I want to let you know that there are some things that you have to engage with in your life, and a purpose that you were ordained to have. And that's a God purpose. And that God purpose is to make God's name famous by living out our God-given abilities in the community around us with the tangible love of Jesus Christ, by expressing the tangible love to people in our community, by living out our God-given gifts, by making God's name famous so that the community can be elevated, so our family can be elevated, our community, our neighborhood, our schools, even our generation can be changed. Jesus tells us in John 13:35, if they'll know that we are his followers, they'll know we're his disciples, not by our creed or our doctrine or our church attendance, not by the t-shirt we wear, the Bible we carry. They'll know that we are his disciples when we start loving somebody around us. So I just want to ask you 4 questions I think that you can use to identify your purpose, because I can't identify your purpose. I know your general kingdom purpose is to make God's name famous by loving people in the world around you. But I can't tell you how to do that specifically. But I want to ask you these 4 questions. What is in your heart? What are you passionate about? That's where it started with Jonathan, didn't it? The armor bearer said, do everything that's in your heart. He had a passion to see lives change. He had a passion to do something. Passion is the birthplace of action. God has put passions in your heart to do something. Can I tell you, use those passions to make a difference in the world around you. If you love cooking, then absolutely go out and get some people around you who like to cook and build a relationship with them so that you can share the love of Jesus with them. If you love cars, then, get a couple buddies together and find some single moms or some needy people in your community, and every month or so go out and change the oil for them or give them a tune-up for free, and just begin to engage in the world around you. The Bible actually says in Matthew chapter 12, verse 35, that a good man brings up the good that was stored in his heart. He brings it out of him. God has put good things inside of you. Your passion for God, for things for a reason. What's in your heart? Take what's in your heart. Take what you love and make it how you love in your community. What do you love? Take what you love, make it how you love in your community. What's in your heart? What's in your hand? What are you good at? What talents did God give you? The talents and abilities that you have are not accidental. They are intentional. God knew where he was going to put you, and he knew that people in that area would need what you have. Every gift that you've been given is God intentioned in it. Matter of fact, the Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians 12:7 that God gave us gifts, each one of us, to profit everyone, to profit our family, our church, our generation, our community. So the truth is that you have been given gifts to change people's lives. When Moses was trying to bring people out of bondage and tyranny, God asked him, what did he have in his hand? It was just a normal stick. But when he released it into God's kingdom, that thing that was natural became supernatural. Can I tell you, don't wait for your gift to become supernatural before you release it. Release what's in your hand. Whatever you're good at, just begin to do it, and it will change people's lives around you. Whether it's feeding homeless people, taking care of human trafficked people, whether it's loving on people, whether it's tutoring kids, whether it's running sports outreaches, whatever you're good at, go for it. Whatever's in your hand, invest it in your community. What's in your heart? What's in your hand? What's in your world? What I love about Jonathan is he didn't need to go anywhere to find the enemy. The enemy was camped right in his life, right there in his community. And he said, not on my watch. This isn't going to happen. And he began to engage with the kingdom purpose in community. Isn't that what Peter and John did in Acts chapter 3? They're walking to the temple that day, and there they see a lame man sitting by the side of the road, and they just begin to engage with him. And they don't have what he's looking for, but they have what he needs, which is the tangible power of God. And in that moment, revival started because they had what was inside of them. They engaged with the world, and it changed the community. You know, you're not at your job by accident. You're not at your school by accident. God knows that there are people there who need what you have gone through. Many of us have gone through victories and battles in our life, hurts in our life, so that we could come out on the other side and find people in our communities that have gone through similar things but still need hope. You are the light of the world. You're the hope that people can have. The church is the hope of the world. Don't wait for a program. The program isn't going to be started. The program is inside of you. Live it out in the world around you. What's in your heart? What's in your hand? What's in your world? What's in your dreams? Jonathan dreamed of a land that was free of the oppression of the enemy, free, a generation that would rise up, that would be different than what he had to go through. So he paid the price for it. He went out and did what he had to do what he had to do in order for that generation to live. Isn't that what Jesus did for us? He did what he had to do. It was in his dream. You and I are part of Jesus' dream, God's dream for our lives. He wanted a people that were free, that didn't have to work their way to heaven, that didn't have to struggle under the law. So he gave himself up so that he could fulfill the law for you and I. We are a part of his dream. And as we live in his dream, we can actually live out God's dream for his world and make this world just a little bit different. What's in your heart? What's in your hand? What's in your world? And what's in your dreams? My friends, Matthew 5 says, Let your light so shine before men that they'll see the love of God and they'll be drawn to the Father. Church, I love you. Live on purpose, and your life will have meaning.